Cigars. We are in the Back Porch Lounge, and we are not professionals, but we are here to help. I'm your host, Ben.
I'm Andy.
You got Grimm.
And Robert.
I'm Zack.
Robert is like ready to go right after Grimm. He's like just right there on it.
I'm here.
He had it down. I was trying to make sure I had the right spot, you know, and Robert's like, stop wasting time, you fuck.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, Robert's just ready to smoke. Even though he has the Star Destroyer coming at his face right now to shoot him, but...
Who's the Star Wars fan? We all. That's why this has that mention. So Ben, what are we smoking today?
Well, Robert, we are smoking the Aganorsa.
Nice.
Yes, you are.
This is actually pretty decent. It's a box press, but it's a Nicaraguan filler, and it smells heavenly to me. Actually, I like the aroma of this one, so I think it's going to be a pretty good cigar.
Yes, it was.
But yes, it. What do you mean was?
I smoked it.
What? Why did you smoke it?
I was trying to wait for this podcast, so I smoked it. You take a lot of time setting these up.
So, what you need to do is officially apologize to BadassPenny.com. Because BadassPenny.com is the one that supplied these wonderful, wonderful cigars. And I believe BadassPenny.com deserves an apology because you cannot put your own stamp on.
I absolutely can. Absolutely. Like, I smoked it. I can tell you what I thought of it. It was just a past tense thing.
No. See, they want you smoking on camera and showing your opinion. But yet, you can't do that. You were just so excited about smoking this cigar that you had to do what you did. And it's not acceptable here on the podcast.
It's
about cigars.
You're
supposed to smoke on screen.
Standards that we have.
Yes, read the handbook.
We have very high standards. The
Yeah,
rule book is at least 14 or 15 letters, maybe even a word.
Yeah.
It doesn't just say, like, go fuck yourself or something. Like,
Well, I mean,
I think it says suck a stick.
Yeah, that could have been it.
Straight up suck a stick.
Suck a stick.
Well, you gentlemen are arguing. I'm going to start smoking the cigarette.
Preach.
Oh my God, we hadn't even got to our question yet.
Hey, did you introduce the cigar?
No, I don't give a crap.
Did you introduce the cigar, right? We got the cigar introduced. I can light this.
Yeah, we got the cigar. We mentioned Badass Penny, the purveyor of our cigars, and all the stuff that says fuck. So we do appreciate you, Penny, even though,
Thank you, Penny.
Thank you, Penny.
Go. Even though Grimm evidently doesn't respect the process.
I do like that BadassPenny.com is our sponsor on a regular basis because I do get to use the word fuck, and it's mildly appropriate. Like
even totally appropriate.
It's even sanctioned. Like it's fantastic.
That's tasty.
So while we light up, Robert has a question.
So I was reading on October 22nd, 1962, John F. Kennedy put a blockade on Cuba. But before he did that, he sent his advisors down to buy up as many Cuban cigars as possible. So my question is, are Cuban cigars really all that?
Good question.
Bag of chips.
And funny thing is, I saw something online the other day that showed a picture of Kennedy, and he's like, this man smoked Cubans. And then I was like, well, that man's also the reason we can't have Cubans. So, what are you really trying to say here?
Oh, sorry. Hey, Grimm. You have the Maduro?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm jealous.
What? Why?
I got
Do
the
you not have
Corojo.
Maduro?
No, I got the Corojo.
Yeah, same here with Rojo.
I got the Corojo
Did I
too.
get a better cigar?
I don't know
about that.
better. No, this is
I
definitely.
want to say it's better. I don't know for a fact that it is better, but I'm going to say it's better.
If you actually review the right cigar,
This is
Close enough.
accurate.
It's close enough.
Whatever.
Aganorsa. Yeah, Grimm did get a different one than all of us.
It's okay.
He got the Maduro, but his is a little bit shorter. Just so you know.
Genetics.
Why would you announce that to the world?
He got the 5-inch instead of the 6, like the normal.
It's the perfect size according to my wife. Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, we're truthful here. Constantly spitting truth. But going back to the story. All right, so the big deal with Cuban cigars is the big draw, honestly, is that they're forbidden fruit. Let's be 100% honest up front. They're forbidden fruit because you can't have them. They're more sought after. But the bigger story behind Cuban cigars is they're still kind of one of the pure cigars. And when I say by pure, is like their tobacco is grown in Cuba. It's harvested in Cuba. And their process is all done by Cubans, and their cigars are what they call perfecto or puro, which means puro, that the entire cigar is Cuban leaf. So the wrapper, the filler, the binder, all of it is Cuban. And when you talk about cigars outside of Cuba, they've been able to sample from different places. So you might get a cigar with a Nicaraguan leaf filler, but the wrapper may be San Andreas, or it may be a completely different wrapper tobacco leaf, and it may have a completely different binder on it. So it's more of a blended cigar. And that's really kind of where the big differences come in with the Cuban versus, a premium cigar that we get in the store today. I'm pretty sure Andy has some more info on it for you, but that's the big hit or miss thing with Cubans. Now, if you're talking about taste, I mean, a premium cigar can hold up against a Cuban pretty much any day of the week. I'm not gonna lie. I've had a couple Cubans in my lifetime. They were good. I'm not gonna put them down. They were good cigars, but not much different than what I smoke here in the States. As far as taste, as far as build, as far as everything about the cigar, it doesn't. The heavens don't open and light shines down upon you once you light up a Cuban cigar. It smokes like a regular cigar. Well, maybe it does for Andy. It didn't for me. But of course, it could have been because I was on a cruise liner and it's in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
But,
no, I agree with that. I think the the draw to Cuban cigars is forbidden fruit. They've been in the game for eons. First 1500s, I think is what Gibs and I read the same article from. So they've got the history of being probably the longest manufactured cigars out there. I think in recent times, i.e. since Castro took over, there have been bigger issues in regards to quality, and so I don't feel that they're the best thing on the market. I've had my fair share from gifts from other people or tribe while I'm been out of the country, and I just spent other people's money on them. Thank you, federal government. Certainly didn't spend US dollars on those. No, not at all.
It's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, just but I think that they're not the bomb like they used to be, and I think a lot of that has to do with the way the the Cuban government has treated agriculture, especially around cigars, in the last, I don't know, since the 60s? So
Yeah.
the last 60 to 70 years. And yeah, Salinger went and picked up 1,200 petite, H. Upmans for Kennedy, the night / morning of when Kennedy signed the Cuban embargo. And signed it the morning Salinger came in and said, "Yeah, I got you 1,200 cigars." Kennedy pulls out the embargo out of his desk and signs it into law.
Interesting.
But going back, and I think one of the biggest draw of the Cuban cigar is like Andy was saying, they kind of started the whole manufacturing process for cigars. They're the ones that started producing for the masses. So when the European settlers come over to Cuba, they were kind of introduced to cigars at that point. And then again, manufacturing started, maybe 100 years later, they actually started mass producing them.
Yeah.
So they got the oldest. So when you're the first, just like Henry Ford, he's kind of credited with the automobile, even though he didn't create the automobile, because he started getting it to the masses. He's kind of credited with cigars, or with cars. And then Cuba, since they started mass producing, credited with cigars. So I hope that answers your question, Robert.
Thank you.
I thought Ford was credited with the assembly line and the process, not so much the car.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's accredited with it, but he didn't actually do it. The car was around way before Henry Ford decided he wanted to put it on an assembly line. I think the first car was actually produced or made in Europe. I think it was a European invention.
Yeah. When the cars that Ford was starting to do his thing, there was probably 24 car manufacturers around the world, and they're all they're mostly coach companies, if I remember correctly. This is the thing I looked at a long time ago, so sorry if my data's bad, but mostly making like horse-drawn buggies and coaches and stuff. And that manufacturing process that Ford did is he turned it into a business.
Yeah.
Custom vehicles to everybody needs one of these.
Exactly. And
Any
it's
color
kind of
you
what,
want, as long as it's black.
as long as it's black. And it goes back to the same thing with the Cuban cigar. They didn't invent the cigar. People were smoking cigars before that, in other countries as well. It's just because they came up with a way to get it to the masses, they're kind of accredited with being the first, which kind of the best, But again, not putting down a Cuban cigar at all. Good cigars, but you have premium cigars here in the States that are just as good.
Yeah, I've only had one. Well, I've had a couple of Cuban cigars, but they were all the same. So they were a gift. Romeo and Juliet's, the Cubans, instead of like the Bully or something. And it was a good cigar, and I think that the fact that it was forbidden fruit a little bit made it a little more special, but I think it was an average cigar. It wasn't something that if it was on the shelf and I knew it was the Cuban, I would probably get something I know I prefer. I haven't had the classic Cohiba from Mexico, but maybe you guys have.
But no, I think like the Mexican Cohibas, the ones that you pick up, while you're on vacation, are a little more sketchy than.
Yeah, you got to be very careful about that.
And there are places.
When I was in Mexico, I saw them everywhere, but there was like only 1 or 2 places that I was like even thinking about getting them, just because.
Well,
of all
there's
some of them on the paper. There's the Cuban label on the outside of the box if you buy a box. Even the bands themselves, the bands have a hologram in them.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah, but I heard stories where people definitely didn't get humans with and have veins
yeah.
that had holograms on.
Yeah.
Counterfeits, I guess.
I think it's easiest just to go to a decent cigar shop in country XYZ. Be it Canada, Mexico, Europe. There's plenty of places you can find them and buy them outright. You just know that they're going to cost you a small fortune.
Yeah. Well, but also if you're going to Mexico or something like that, go to an actual cigar shop.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to like your flea market or side of the road, little shop. Go to an actual
Dude on
cigar
the beach.
shop.
Look at selling
Look at the
Yeah,
rest of
dude on the beach. Hey man, you want some Cubans? No, don't do that. Go to an actual cigar, shop that has lots of different varieties, lots of different stuff. You're more likely to get legit stuff from them.
Yep.
Because let's be honest, that's where, the people in Mexico actually smoke, is at those shops.
So,
brought to you by Mexican San Andreas Drivers.
how's that Aganorsa? Didn't everybody?
Aganorsa.
Aganorsa. Dang it. I'm like a 5-year-old.
Well, trust me, I was- Dude, I was
Drive legally
so
and
struggling
vote
with
and
this
stuff,
name. I was actually dreading to do this podcast just because I knew I was going to fuck up the name 20 times.
Well, I did it first, so there you go.
And I appreciate that. It's taking the pressure off, so I ain't got to worry about it now. But like Zack did it. He fucked up.
Zack can't speak Spanish.
Mine's good. Construction's good. It's holding its flavor pretty well. It's still medium. It's more medium to me than medium full. A little spice to it, maybe. Goes well with my Sam Adams.
And I can go on mine. Same. It's a medium. It's not wrapped as tight as what we've been seeing recently. It's actually a little bit looser wrapped. As far as when you're burning, you can actually see the little layers. This one's kind of all over the place, but it's not bad. It's well constructed. Taste is really good. Smokes medium, and I'm not mad at it. And I'm drinking the what we recommended, the Dr. Pepper, with it,
Yes.
and it's pairing pretty well, I have to say.
Are you
I
drinking
have a little
Dr.
bit of a construction issue on mine, but I think it's because my humidor is a little under humidified. The outside wrapper just a little bit cracked. It's unwrapping a little bit, so I'm keeping the band on to keep it in place. But other than that cosmetic issue, it's holding up good and really enjoyable. Definitely medium, not too.
Smoking pretty good. Consistent. Nice flavor. And so on and so forth. I like it.
Could you be more vague?
Yes, I could be more vague.
Probably, yeah, if I really tried.
It smoked good. Bye.
Bye.
Good.
Doesn't taste like garbage. Done.
Nice. Grambles.
Yeah, but what about you, Grimmy?
I'm taking a nap.
It's good.
And the award for most vague description of the cigar goes to.
Please take a bow. Take it. That was beautiful.
Oh no,
I was
sit
gonna
back up.
say
I got
something
the
weird on my usual, like it's like being wrapped in a warm blanket, just loved by it, And then I was like, you know what? No, can't do
No,
it. Not today.
no.
Today doesn't feel it.
Not today,
Unfortunate.
smoke.
Not today, smoke. You don't bring out the weirdness in me, sir. That's a point against you.
Ooh. So that sounds like a lost leaf.
Damn.
That's a lost leaf.
Shit. That's gonna
No, it's
cost
good,
him
though.
deep in the polls. Well, I was wondering how the you have nothing to compare. You haven't had the Corojo. I was wondering how the Maduro stood up against the Corojo, but
It's standing.
well, okay. On your normal Maduros that you like to smoke, how does it compare to those?
Good.
Okay. Damn, it's riveting.
Such a wordsmith. Such a wordsmith.
I mean,
You know, that hurts my feelings.
You mean the one feeling?
The one feeling, the singular feeling that I have on a regular basis.
Yeah.
one
Yeah, I'm not
singular
complex related
sensation.
at all. I'm not an onion.
I'm not an ogre.
Not an ogre.
Oh, and I'm being Glenfiddich 12.
Very nice.
It is pairing X.
Okay, so we've been on the socials for a little while now, and I'm bringing up a little bit of a subject that was brought up to me. And that it was a debate about humidification of humidors. You know, on our previous podcast, I said the standard, which is, around 70% humidified is about the standard. It's been that way since I've started smoking. And I'm not saying that's what everybody should be. I'm not saying that, that is what you have to have it at. That's just kind of the standard that everybody who's ever owned a humidor has been told, or at least I know that I talk to, around 70 is good. That's how we want to try to keep your humidor at. Well, in this debate, they were saying that has been disproven. That is not true. The oils in the cigar mix better, and they stay better. They still stay better together and everything at a lower humidification rate, like between 62 and 65. Yeah. So, instead of being an asshole about it and be like, well, motherfucker, this is what it says. I took his advice.
Something separate from me.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, I took his advice. I'm trying, currently, I have two different humidors. One I'm keeping at 70, and one I dropped down, and it's running at 65 right now. So, I'm letting the podcast world know, I will have the results probably next podcast, because it would have had enough time to actually, seep into everything. And to see if there's a difference. So we do listen. Oh, Andy's got something to say.
Andy refuses to listen.
I refuse to listen. No, just the cursory Google comes up and it throws out the 70-70 rule. I mean, that is the first big thing. The rule of thumb is that premium cigars should be kept according to the 70-70 humidor rule. 70 Fahrenheit, 70% humidity. I think, like in my house, in the region that Zack and I live, which ain't a whole lot different than Georgia, but it just seems to be a fuckload more humid here year-round, that I think that can fluctuate depending on where you live.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking too. I'm like, if the guy lives up in Connecticut, maybe getting it up to 60 something is great.
Yeah.
It's like, thank God I got it that far.
Well, and you and I were talking about this on the side, and I had to go look. I've got a sensor, a wireless sensor, in mind. That, temperature in mine's 72.5 with a 76% humidity. But part of that's because, hell, the damn thing's full. Or mostly full. And it sits on my nightstand. So if the lights are on in the bedroom or the lights on my nightstand, temperature will go up. I'm not in it maybe once a day, so the humidity doesn't, really change a whole lot.
Yeah.
And hell, I live in Louisiana. It's fucking humid.
Yeah.
So, do you keep your humidor on your nightstand because it's a convenient place for midnight smoking?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, duh.
Or
No,
is it just like a convenient place for the humidor to be?
For me, it's a convenient place. It's not out in the den where, the wife complains about it being out in the den. And with all the crap and with the amount of technology crap that is currently living on my desk because of what we do for a living, I ain't got room for it on my desk. So, it's on my nightstand.
But think of how convenient, like, you do the maritals, you're there afterwards, you need a cigarette, but you don't smoke cigarettes, so you go to the next best thing, a cigar. Yeah, she might not like it at all, but it's all about you at this point.
That's right.
Like, you did your part.
Yeah.
That's all about me.
It's all about me.
It is.
That's my turn.
It's self-gratification time.
What?
Ooh, shit.
I think I have my wife.
That's a little bit too revealing.
It's a good thing she doesn't listen to this, right?
Yeah, right?
No, that sounds a little iffy. Like,
Maybe.
you know what? I
Maybe
don't
not.
know.
Hope she doesn't.
It is public now. Hey, honey.
You know, I'm
Do you
waiting
listen
for
to
that
our
one day
podcast?
where like her or one of the kids comes out and says a reference to something or tells me to suck a stick, and then I'm like, "Hi, you listen to the podcast? It's great. Fuck you, you're grounded," or "Fuck you, you're go to your room."
Yeah, I'm waiting for my oldest to watch it and me to tell him to stop that. You're grounded. Cutting off
Like-
YouTube access.
Daddy, why do you have to cuss so much? Because it's fucking necessary. Go to your room.
It's in my contract. It's in the
My
rules
kids
and
know.
regulations.
The kids know. They've heard me talk.
Yeah, my kid knows too. She's like, I can't watch your podcast. You cuss too much in it. I'm like, that's right. Good
The fuck
girl.
do you
Go
mean
watch
do
your
I
funny
cuss too
animal
much?
movies.
I don't fucking cuss too much. Yeah, my oldest even already makes jokes about us cussing in the house.
Now, the day that he corrects you, it's not fook, it's fuck.
Right?
That's what
Yeah,
you
you
got
have
to
to say
do.
that to Justin.
Off. Glorious day. Thought about punching him in the throat.
You gotta wait till he turns 18.
Gotta wait until 18. We have somebody that is counting the days to him being 18, so he can't actually punch him and not like go to jail. Like and this has been going on for like
I mean,
4 years. He's 15 at this point, so
Here's
since
the thing.
11.
I mean, it's still assault, right?
I'm about to say, it's
yeah,
still
but it's not
assault.
nearly as bad.
You're right.
I mean, it
Not
could be
abuse.
technically a domestic, I don't know, but still. He is family.
Wes talks enough shit that like I'm not saying anything against the person punching him. Like I'm not, like, I didn't see a goddamn thing.
Like maybe he earned it, kind of thing. Like,
Oh no, he definitely did. He talks from a place of power right now because he's under 18. But as soon as that like 12:01 happens, it's over for him. I'm expecting my door to get kicked down and be like, "Wes, where are you?" And I'm gonna be like, "All right, let me get the
ding
camera real quick."
dong.
Yeah.
What are you doing in my house at 12:01?
Well,
Well,
you know what?
I'm not even questioning.
Just to have that moment of panic, I want to come over at your house, and if Shane's not there, I've already called him out, and he's not ringing the doorbell, I'm going to ring the doorbell at 12:01 just to watch Wes piss his pants.
I'm in 100%. It's going to be a whole big thing. Like it, and I'm telling you, man, he tries so hard to talk shit. I'm just like, dude, this is going to happen, and you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry, and I'm not going to be responsible for it. Like, I'm just going to watch.
I'm just going to sit back and laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, and record it.
And record. This is going on YouTube. Go and get them TikToks.
It is.
Going on the podcast.
Speaking of TikToks, we're on TikTok now. So you're welcome, China.
Listen all you want.
You'll excuse me if I don't watch this on TikTok. Actually, I don't social media anyways, so like I don't do any of them, but still.
Yeah, he doesn't even subscribe to our podcast, people. So, bravo.
We've got
On what?
If-
What do I
if
not
you-
subscribe to us on?
Grim. If you subscribe to our podcast, then we got five subscribers.
We need that fifth.
It's peer pressure.
I heard magic
Grimm,
happens when you get over 4.
Yeah, when you
Magic
get over
happens
4,
at
all the
500.
magic happens. Oh, is
More
that what
magic
it is?
happens.
Son of a...
Yeah, 500.
Oh, dang.
From a previous discussion with another podcaster who we semi-run in the same circles. Vince LaRosa. Yeah, I think Zack might recognize that name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We were talking the other day, and 500 is where you hit you start monetizing.
Oh, interesting.
Well, he gave us a shout out on YouTube today, so thank you.
Well,
Vince.
yeah. God damn it! Now I got to go say something nice
Well,
about it.
I
don't.
said it's a shout out,
He's
but
not
honestly,
me.
it was like, good job, fellas, and that was it. So I'll take it.
Hey,
I take it.
I mean, something and something, any publicity is good publicity.
Something-
I've heard that rumor.
No, it was good. All right, I'm about halfway through my cigar. Let's do a check.
check.
I'm writing checks my body can't cash. No, wait, that's not right.
That's just
That's
age.
something else.
Oh, that's age. Thanks.
That's age.
You were-
Mine has gotten a little bit stronger, which I like.
That's
Got a little bit more. I like it.
That's the way.
And still, I mean, medium, still medium. Not. It didn't get like almost to Maduro. It's still medium. It's burning kind of funky now, as you can see.
Gold Medina.
Yeah, it's running a little bit on me on this side. But overall, still, it's not like ashing all over the place, so it's still built pretty good. Just like I said, it doesn't have that tight roll that we've seen in the past couple of cigars. But I'm not mad at it. I like it.
All right.
So
I'm gonna go with. Go ahead, Grimm.
mine's blistering.
Really?
So, yeah, like if I can get the.
Are you getting a burn on the top? Yeah, I see it.
There we go. But it's the second one that it's had going into this. It's a little off-putting, but it tastes delicious. So I'm gonna still put it in my body.
I mean, as you should. Like a good boy should.
Should.
Mine still has a really good draw. I'm with you, Gibbs. Mine's got a little bit of a change in flavor, but it's still more to me. It's more of a medium. It's got. I'm gonna say what the guy said earlier. We go with the vague. It's good.
It's good.
Good. I'm getting the hint of flavor pepper you're talking about. I'm tasting that. And it's drawing the bumblebees to me.
Just blow the smoke in their face. They'll go away.
I had one of those. And, yeah, cigar smoke is a great deterrent.
It is a good deterrent.
Mine's definitely kicked up in like flavor a little bit. Nothing like specific like that I can call out, but it's becoming more enjoyable. I'm digging it.
Cardamom? Is that what we were talking about earlier?
Cardamom.
Cardamom.
I'm not getting that out of this.
Doesn't smell like Christmas. Doesn't taste like Christmas yet.
It does have like again, this is like lack of my vocabulary. It has a little bit of like that coolness on the tongue. I'm sure that's a nicotine kind of thing, but it's like a little refreshing. I'm digging with it.
On this one, I agree with you. I am getting a little coolness on the tongue with it, and it's not. So far, it's not leaving a film in my mouth either, which that is one for me. Textures, how it leaves my mouth feeling is a big thing for me with cigars, and I'm not getting a film in my mouth and tasting it for a long time afterwards. So I like that.
Yeah, and for me, the flavor after is definitely more complex than the straight smoke smell or straight smoke in my mouth. But it's it's pleasant. I don't have a word for it yet. I'm working on it.
So we're recording this that time of year when this is just out of the blue. It's what, December-ish? Early December. So
December
everybody's
3rd,
everybody's doing their top 25 cigars. So you go check out what Cigar Aficionado, Half Wheel, and you're starting to see the top 25 cigar lists roll out. I was gonna go somewhere with that, but shit, I mean, just kind of throwing that out there. I don't know.
Are you saying that you want to do a top 25 from the
hell
leaf
no.
cutters here?
I haven't
was
had
about to
25
say.
different cigars this week, so I couldn't do that.
Is it like the Spotify rap?
Mm-hmm.
Except, this is what I've smoked and this is where I rank them, out of the 500
would
cigars I've had.
I could do that. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you take your personal cigars that you like and, make your list.
I mean, between Zack and I, we've got a whole, bottle. There's all the labels. We can find something in here that was decent.
There's a handful of things in there that it's probably like 50% of that bottle that's decent or
Yeah.
more.
What was in the bottle to start with was decent too, but before we emptied it.
Before we empty
Let's say let's go to like 10 official that we've smoked on camera, and then pick our top 5 out of the 10.
Have we done 10 yet?
Yeah, have we done 10?
Not yet. This
mean,
is number 7. It's number 7.
Well,
Yeah, so
obviously my
rounding up.
top is going to be skewed compared to everybody else's. Like mine is my list has the far superior cigar to everybody else's. So
It's a boy.
the It's a Boy. The It's a Boy was so golden. It's so glorious.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that you didn't rate that one very well.
Hey, I'm harsh on what I love.
Hey,
It tasted like not good, but it made me feel not good also. So
That's it. I'm putting it number 1. That's it. I'm
What?
and this is going to be an average rating. I'm not gonna. Yeah.
those like top 25 or top 100 lists, I always find those a little bit interesting, and I use them kind of probably the way most people do. Is hey, next time I see that cigar that's on the list, I might try that, which I understand is marketing, but it also introduced me to some stuff that I maybe wouldn't have bought otherwise.
Yeah.
So
Or even looked at.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so like maybe last year, a couple of years ago, there's Rocky Patel number 6 was on a list, and I was like, I've never had that. I've had a few Rocky Patels. I'll try that, and it's a good cigar. The Gatekeeper was on a list. That's how I got introduced to that from Alec Bradley. That's another one of the cigars I just like solid enjoy. So
Here's some,
I like those top 10 or top 25 lists.
Hey, too,
I am
a
saying-
couple of them.
I am
Grimm.
saying to all vendors out there that if you want me to rate your cigar highly, please send me one with a $100 bill wrapped around it,
It can be bought.
and I will be more than happy to say you are the best. I am totally purchasable.
Kind of like I went and looked at Cigar Aficionado's process, and I like the process. It's you take the top 25 from the last year that they've rated, and I don't subscribe to their magazine anymore. It's been years because it's a magazine. I don't need things to read. But it's they repurchased them, rebanned them, with a blind band, and then have them reviewed so that whoever's tasting it doesn't know what they're smoking, and then use those scores to list out the top 25.
That's pretty cool.
That's not bad. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
It's really easy to develop a bias with cigars. You know, like like Drew Estates. I like Drew Estates as a label and many of their different labels, and I tend to maybe have bias because of that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I like the idea.
I mean,
of
if Drew Estates didn't have such good shit, I mean, yeah,
Drew,
I mean, we could give something a bad fucking Drew with your good shit and stuff.
damn
man.
it, Jonathan
Dare
Drew,
you.
son of a bitch. Well, and the other side of that too is I'm going to shut my Macanudo for a minute, but I mean, Macanudo doesn't hold it for me anymore. They did 20 years ago, maybe, when I started smoking cigars. But I haven't had a Macanudo in years that has just been, oh my God, this is great. I want to go back to it. I'm going to go buy more of those.
Yeah. To me, Macanudo has become too earthy.
Yeah.
I mean, that one I can actually say I taste earth, and it's almost like dirt. And I don't mean that in an offensive way to Macanudo, because I started with Macanudos. I liked Macanudos for 3 years. But I just kind of went beyond them, kind of like Andy. And there's so much other stuff I gravitate toward now that I would definitely pass over a Macanudo and go to something else before I would grab a Macanudo.
I feel the same way. Sadly, I feel the same way about Cohiba. But then again, I think my thing with Cohiba is, you know, they've got that, I don't know, aura about them that they're just, you know, everybody just has to have, you know, Cohiba's just the thing and it's the best thing ever. And I don't feel that after 25 years of smoking cigars. They're good. I'm not, you know, trying to say that they're not. They're good cigars. If you're going to give me one, I'm going to smoke it. I'm going to enjoy it. But it's not something I'm going to run out and purchase when I'm in the store.
Yeah, exception to that is I have found a Cohiba that's really good, and I would smoke it. And I would put it in my rotation. That's the Cohiba Silvers, the Nicaraguan Silvers. Those are good. They're good smoke. They taste good. Robert has, you know, gotten them a couple times, and I enjoy those. But that's probably the only, you know, exception to that, because all the other ones I could take or leave in the same boat. If you give it to me, I'll smoke it, but it wouldn't be a go-to. Wouldn't be in my rotation.
The Aganorsa I'm having really
Feelings
good.
with Cohibas. What were you saying?
Oh, I said, this is really good. I might go buy more of these.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a brand I've had before, and I would definitely not hesitate to buy one.
I've had a few of these thanks to BadassPenny.com.
Interesting.
It's the glory of being
excellent
mystery
purveyor of cigars.
They are an excellent purveyor of cigars. Penny's got good tastes. It does a bang up job on providing a wonderful mystery sampler box once a month for the low price of $35.
Is that all it is? $35?
That's it. That's all it is. It's $35.
That's amazing.
I need to get me some of those.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, fuck, I missed my cue. Huh? Awesome, guys. Cowabunga.
Wait, where's the jingle?
Now, where's the jingle?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna.
Yeah. So get your cigars and fucking shit at BadassPenny.com.
Yeah. We got the jingle in there.
Heard that and thought it's pure garbage, and I wasn't allowed to do that again. So thanks for letting me do that one more time.
You can do that anytime.
No, every time. Every time.
Every time.
Oh, I got it wrong. It's every time I want to. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Every time you want to
anytime.
do it. Yep.
Just blurt it out.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Good.
Oh, but
He's so
going
good.
back to your 20 your 25 list. one brand that's popped up for me, and I want to try a little bit more. I want to explore the Oscars a little bit more, not just the McFly, which Grimm gave us a good review on that, but
So good.
I mean, I know about the Leaf. I've done the Leaf. I like those. I like the Superflies. But there's other stuff in the Oscars line that I've never seen before that I want to explore a little bit, and those have popped up in some of the 25 lists. And unfortunately, I don't have that list in front of me to tell you the name of the one I want, but it's like a green label. I wish I knew the name of it right now, but I want to try a little bit more of the Oscar line, because so far they've made solid shit. I mean, I like what I've smoked of them, and I want to explore them a little bit more. And since there's other stuff popping up on the list, it has made me want to find them and actually explore a little bit more.
The green label would be the Oscar Habanero. Thanks, Internet.
So I think it is the Habanero. I want to try that.
He's got
Just like I want to try the red meat lovers that's been popping up everywhere.
I'm working on it.
That, bro.
Dude, have you seen the red meat lovers line? It's a kitschy thing, but I want to try it just because of it, because their lines are ribeye, like New York strip. I mean, it's different meat cuts. Are there different cigars, and I just want to try it just for that reason.
I'm in. Can we have
Jimmy,
the
how can you
ribeye
go-
with
how-
the ribeye?
How can you go wrong with a porterhouse ribeye beef stick or filet mignon?
See?
I don't know. They're it's a Connecticut broadleaf, San Andreas, Negro, and a Nicaragua filler. Excuse me.
Sounds like a good combo. Definitely one I'm looking for.
Do they have them
originally
at
good for a reason.
Buckhead?
I don't know.
They-
Gibs.
I believe they do, but I think they're closer to us. There's a little town that's on Red Meat Lovers' site that we can get it closer than Buckhead.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we could get meat and cigar in one place.
Fair point. That might be worth a trip.
If you're listening,
Bucket
Bucket
Cigar, if you're looking
Cigar.
for advertising.
Hey, Mike, if you're looking for great advertising.
I am the best of advertising. I am the common
And
man.
you know what? If Grimm actually subscribes, you'll get 5 people knowing about it. Think about that, Mike. That's a seller right there.
What am I going to subscribe to again?
The Leaf Cutters.
What's that?
It's this hodgepodge group of people talking about cigars and hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, they constantly have sound and video problems, but they're fantastic.
They sound great.
Sounds
They sound
great.
like people I want to hang out with.
Don't they?
No,
Except for Robert.
I
He
guess
just
I should have asked, what platform am I subscribing on so I can get Ben to stop yelling at me?
All of them.
I don't know
I mean,
what they
all
are.
of it. So
I'm not
we're
on.
on Facebook. We're on
I got that.
Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're now on TikTok.
Don't have
And
that.
of course, YouTube. YouTube is our big one.
I don't have YouTube.
What's YouTube?
It's a very expensive service. So you if you save up, I think you can get it.
Okay, so
See, I just
Instagram,
feel like
I
we
gotta
should
follow
add,
you
like,
so you stop yelling at me. Because I think I have Instagram on here. I think I followed it because one of my kids was like, "You have to be on it for me" or whatever. I was like, "Whatever, bro." Stupid kids.
That hit
We were
like that
talking about
2/3.
humidification earlier. Where does everybody try to keep their humidor at? I try to keep it around 70 because that's the thing that I heard. But
Yeah. I keep mine 68, 70. That's that
We
that
have
was
to
my norm.
I have noticed, like, if I go too far over that, sometimes the cigars become harder to smoke. They get a little tarry and
Squishy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bee. And if it's too dry, I noticed that sometimes they get a little brittle, and 70 seems to work for me. But I'm curious about your experiment, Gibs. So that's interesting.
I'm gonna let you know. Like I said, next podcast I should have everything at the right settings and everything, and it should have had enough time to actually seep into the cigar. So I should have a pretty decent baseline to go off of.
Cool.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Lol, because my humidifier is Ben's humidifier.
What cigars do you have in that humidor, Gibbs?
I have a couple of diesels, a couple of olivas, and a whole bunch of just random crap in the one. And that's the one that's at the 70. I kept it at the 70. That's kind of my base. And then all the cigars that we're smoking currently for the podcast and what I do like for daily smokes, I let go to the 65. So I'm going to grab one during the week from each one and then, test it out and see how it goes. I mean, I'm worth giving it a shot because they were really adamant about it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot.
That's cool. I've got a small travel humidor. I might have to try that with, depending on your results.
Yeah.
Or maybe just for giggles.
Let me know if you need help with that judgment of cigars.
I will. I might need multiple opinions.
I can give a very expert testimony to cigar durability.
I mean, there's no hundreds wrapped around it, so I'm sorry about that part. But
Hey, I
Just
didn't
to
say I was
enjoy
going
the
to promote
smoke.
it on the podcast. I just said I'd smoke your shit.
okay, yeah, good,
It's like-
good.
I'll go to your house and I'll smoke your cigars for free. That's no problem.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
not a problem. But if I get on the podcast, I'm not going to be all like, oh, hey, no, it was great. I'm going to be like, well, I wasn't there.
Oh,
I have to see what I keep well, I've got one of the big Bovita packs in my humidor that I can't remember if it's the 69% pack or the 70. Hell, they sell the 65. I guess I could get one of those. The other problem is I toss in, when I get cigars, if they come with Bovita packs, I'll toss those in there. In case I decide to travel and I need something to throw on my travel.
yeah. I like the Bovita packs. I really do, and they're pretty true to form. Whichever one you get, it does pretty much keep it to that humidification. So they got a solid product.
They also make so since my oldest plays an instrument and has a double reed instrument, they make a reed holder and a Bovita
Do they?
holder for you can put a Bovita pack in the reed holder so that it'll hold humidity for the reeds.
That's pretty
So you
smart.
don't have to soak them as much.
Got to say, yeah, that's really great. That's good because, I mean, constantly, I don't know if you've ever, done anything with woodwind instruments. That reed, if you're constantly like licking it and kind of
Mhm.
trying to keep it moist, because if it dries out, it sounds like shit.
Yep.
And that's actually pretty brilliant. Yeah, to keep up. But yeah, I like that. They're smart.
I think it's on the Christmas list. Or I got it for him for Christmas. Hell, I don't know. Whatever Kristen did.
Yeah, let's be honest. You don't do the Christmas gifts in your house. Yeah, I don't either, for the most part.
Gotta straighten mine out. Sorry. Burning just
Yeah, I had to do
a
the
little
same. Because I think I fixed the
You run?
running problem that I had. It's just starting to even out, but it's starting again right here. So I don't know.
Good job. You still like it there,
I
Robert?
just had a little chunk that needed to
Still good.
Anybody got big plans for the Christmas since the Christmas is coming up?
Christmas at the Gibsons.
Nice.
So nothing exciting.
There's not going to be a Christmas theme, maybe Harry Potter or
No
something
Christmas
else?
theme. Now at the Gibsons, we do zhuzh it up a little bit. We do have games and stuff that they turn out to be wildly entertaining because it's stuff like we take something and we wrap it 40 times, and then you have to get through each layer before the next person that steal it from you. That gets pretty damn entertaining. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, my younger sister occasionally wraps gifts for me, and she gave me a birthday present one year with it was wrapped in an entire garbage bag and duct taped, and then fully encased in duct tape.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was a good time.
This is my dad's Christmas wrapping. Dad always picked one person every year that would get the scraps. He would take the scraps from it'd be the last present he wrapped, right? So he'd take all the Christmas present scraps, wrapping scraps, and piece them together for one gift.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Which is like being encased in duct tape because there's so much damn tape.
I'm gonna have to steal that idea. That's actually a brilliant idea.
Yeah. He enjoyed it.
But it has to be the best gift, the most you know that person's gonna freak out when they see it, but it has to be the most poorly put together wrapping job there is. So it's man, why'd you give me a piece of shit? And they open it, oh my god, that's amazing.
And then of course watching my dad unwrap Christmas presents, because he would sit there and take the longest, because he would take his pocket knife and gently cut a piece of tape and open the flap and cut the corners and open the flap. Like that. Come on, just rip the paper, man.
I can see your dad doing that shit.
Hell yeah.
It's just us this Christmas. We're not going anywhere. So family's back in Tennessee. Diana's out of PTO, so we're gonna stay around the house.
Hey, count your blessings, sir. There have been many a year, I had to travel for Christmas to go do something with some other family. It's been a blessing being able to actually stay home.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but and I say it's a blessing because honestly, whenever you have to travel, you have to pack up all the stuff and you have to take it over somewhere. And then you come back with more stuff. You have to try to find a way to pack that up, and it really, honestly, it takes away from the kids' enjoyment of Christmas. Because I remember when I was a kid, we had to travel a lot for Christmas. We had to go to 3 different family houses. So I get the brand new Nintendo for Christmas. I can't play with it until that night because I have to go see other family members. That's a very selfish thing to say because you should go see your family members. But god damn it, it's Nintendo. And you need to play Nintendo as soon as you get the shit.
Damn straight. Or in our kids' case now, it's Legos. I want to put this Lego set together. Well, you still got to go to your other grandmother's house 4 hours away.
No, I don't. I can stay here. Just bring me back whatever she got me.
Right? So Grimm,
we used to go to my grandparents in North Carolina when they were alive, and it was always a good time because we were just at their house. We didn't have to travel once we got there. But
yeah,
be here. We don't leave town until steak.
We'll get together and have a cigar with the local crew.
I'm in.
Freeze our ass off in the driveway.
I'm not as in, but I'm still in.
There's just a hint of reluctancy there.
Yeah, no, I'm still weighing it as it's better to see you and, hang out with you.
Thanks, buddy.
But is it?
But if the temperature gets low enough, I might have a
we
flat
have
tire.
heaters.
Car wouldn't start. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've had that problem this week. Thanks.
Oh, bummer.
See, but we're assholes like that, and it's like, oh, you got a flat tire? We'll come to you, buddy. Don't worry about it. We'll sit on your cold ass
Better.
porch.
Yeah, definitely come to me. And, then at least I'm not, spending the gas to freeze my ass off, I guess.
Damn it, I gave him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we didn't. I drove 8.5 hours to be out there. Get in the car, bitch.
Damn.
Guilt, motherfucker. All right, my cigar's starting to get a little hot, so we need to review these.
Yeah, I've got 7 minutes left on my battery, so I need to
Go for it, man.
So go ahead, buddy. Go ahead and rate yours.
Do it.
It was good.
Damn, glowing review right there.
Yeah, no, it was muy delicioso. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It had a wonderful flavor. I think the only downside to it was long enough. Water smoke, I guess. It was very good. I recommend it to anybody.
Good. What do you rate it?
I want to give it a 4.5.
What?
That's pretty high.
I reluctantly took back my lost tweet earlier, so I could give it at least another half. But it was wildly impressive. Enjoyed the entire thing. I had a hard time talking throughout the podcast just because I was like, I don't want to talk to you guys. I want to enjoy the cigar. Leave me alone. That's not true. I love talking to you guys. That's why I keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And we appreciate it, sir.
So,
All right, who wants to rate theirs? Who's? All right, I can go.
nobody else is talking.
I know, right? Mine, smooth all the way through. Still don't have a feel in my mouth, which that gets you extra points in my book. The only downside I had to mine was the tunneling on it, and but it didn't fall apart on me, so it's still well constructed. I'm gonna give it probably a 4 leaves. I like it. I would definitely smoke it again, and I would recommend it to somebody if they asked. So definitely a 4.
Oh, we lost
And
him.
Grimm's gone. Bye, Grimm. We'll miss you.
Bye.
That good old Windows 7%. Nope, it's actually 1.
Yeah.
It's the Microsoft time calculation. 7 minutes, I promise. No.
No, it's not. How about you, Robert?
I'd go with a 4.3. It did burn even all the way through. No tunneling, nothing like that. Good, consistent smoke. So, yeah.
Hey, you broke out the pick on it, so I'd say that's definitely a decent cigar.
Definitely.
What's your rating? Or did I miss it?
I'd
Agree,
give
so
it,
it said.
yeah.
You give it a yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go 4.5.
4.5. Nice.
Well, that's because it stayed even all the way through. I usually have a problem where it does that thing, it burns uneven.
Zach?
Grimm's back.
All right, let me get one more puff.
Looks like you got a dead battery.
I do have a dead battery. I'm very sad right now because I like my laptop, but it's just not doing it, man.
Mm.
So you switch to the old backup, the phone?
The phone! So I could still partake in this grand endeavor.
We appreciate you coming.
Thanks, buddy.
What a trooper.
Dedication.
So, Mine got a little more potent farther down, as cigars are wont to do, in a good way. I didn't get cardamom out of it, but it definitely got a little spicier, and but not like pepper spice, like almost like Christmas spice, but not cardamom. Like the way that like spiced cider kind of smells. It tastes a little bit like that, minus the sweetness, and definitely enjoyable. I had a little bit of a unravel issue, but that's like I said, I think my humidor got a little low for a while, and it may have cracked a little bit. But I'm going to give it 4 leaves. Definitely would get one again, and it's been an enjoyable smoke. Haven't wanted to put it down much, so it's good.
Just a side note to mine, I'm starting to get a head rush from mine, so, but not until the very end.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's had a fairly consistent flavor throughout. The smoke throughput's been great. The been easy draw. It's been it's just been a good cigar. It got a little. I agree. It got a little stronger, about the 2/3 mark. I think I'd give mine about. I'm gonna go with a 4.3, just to be different.
We don't do different in the leaf cutter, sir.
Yeah, you do. I've met you. Yeah, you do.
We are different.
Well, I like to show out in person.
To be fair.
So, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. Please, if you go out to the socials, please talk to us. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok now. We'll talk to you. You know, we like having a good time. We do take advice. If you think we already have a piece of shit show, we'll listen to that too. And then we'll immediately mute you because we don't want to hear from you anymore. But
that will be that.
We only take criticism as long as it's positive. Our egos are very fragile. Don't hurt
exactly.
us.
Don't hurt us too much. We still are kind of fledgling. But again, we're here to help. We're not professionals. There are cigar shows out there that they, say, "Hey, we're professional cigar smokers." Great. We're not that show. We're the show for the guys that, hey, I want to try something, but I'm not sure about it. Come talk to us. We'll give you an honest opinion, and we'll tell you what we think. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye.
Good night.